Madison's police chief talking for the first time tonight, a week after video was posted online showing an officer engaging in sexual activity in the back of a squad car. When it comes to COVID testing, it used to be a supply and demand problem. Now timing is an issue where you can get fast and accurate results. And giving it another shot for the second time, Democratic lawmakers pushing for gun safety, the legislation they're calling common sense. News 3 Now at 6 begins right now. For the first time, we are hearing from Madison's police chief a week after a video was posted online showing an officer in an apparent sex act in a police car. Brady Mallory joins us now with the chief's remarks. Brady.
Well, we should point out that the chief did not openly address this investigation, but was asked about it while taking part in the mayor's bi-weekly news conference. Madison police became aware of the video last Thursday. They say it was taken by a bystander. On Friday, they announced the officer in question was placed on leave. We've asked the department about the investigation every day since, getting the same response until today when Chief Barnes took a question on the matter.
As this is an ongoing open investigation, I will not be releasing the name of the employee or any identifying characteristics of that employee.
At this time, we do not know if the officer was on duty at the time of the incident, but we did find out today the woman he was with is not a sex worker. That was a rumor that had spread online. The department shares its disciplinary guide online. We know officers can get in trouble for using police property for private business without permission and for doing things on duty not related to their work. Violations for these depend on the severity of the situation.
Brady, thank you. Madison's police chief also touched on gun violence in the city. Chief Barnes said the department responded to 163 shots fired incidents from the start of this year through Monday. That's down 15% compared to a year ago. 8 people have died as a result of homicide. Chief Barnes said the random violence and shootings are part of a larger set of problems related to gangs. Well, you're taking a live look at the state capitol right now, where Democratic lawmakers and the Attorney General announced another round of gun safety legislation. Both bills have been introduced before. One covers background check extensions. Background checks are already conducted, but people can buy guns online or at a gun show. This bill basically would extend background checks to cover those sales. The other allows police or family members to act if someone has shown to be a danger to themselves or others.
You have heard about these bills before. You know that the vast majority of Wisconsinites, about 80%, support passage of this common sense legislation. And that's exactly what this is, common sense. Right now,
Call said similar laws have been passed in other states. 2 Afghan refugees who are staying at Wisconsin's Fort McCoy appeared in federal court today. The 20-year-old man shown here, Barula Nouri, is accused of sexually assaulting 2 children in separate incidents. Nouri stood mute in court today. And this 32-year-old man, Mohammed Haroon Imad, is accused of assaulting his wife, strangling and suffocating her. Imad requested an expedited trial date, which was granted by the court. Both men are currently in the Dane County Jail. They were indicted in federal court for their respective charges on Wednesday. A cool and crisp night for us. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Well, you'd expect that this time of year at fall, but temperatures will start warming up, especially as we head into next week. Now, in the short term, you can take a look at visible cloud track. Most of the area had bright sunshine. There were some clouds closer to Lake Michigan. Lots of clouds on the other side of Lake Michigan where there have been some showers, but those showers just briefly touched the western shore of the lake, and that's about as far inland as they got. Low temperatures this morning on the cool side. Some 30s up to the north of Madison, 38 in the Dells, 34 in Camp Douglas, 32 in Black River Falls, but high temperatures today, upper 60s to around 70 degrees, a little warmer out to the west, a little cooler closer to Lake Michigan. And right now, temperatures range from the middle 60s near Lake Michigan to around 70 degrees out toward the Mississippi River. By tomorrow morning, we'll drop to about 46 here in Madison. Look for partly sunny skies tomorrow morning. We'll turn cloudy in the afternoon with some shower and thunderstorm chances late in the day into tomorrow evening with a high of 75. After a brief cool down on Saturday, we'll be mild again on Sunday. I'll have more on the extended forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, Gary, thank you. A 26-year-old Fond du Lac police officer has died from complications of COVID. Officer Joseph Curer died Wednesday, a day after his second child was born. The Fond du Lac chief says Joseph will be missed by everyone. They'll support his wife and children. And Governor Tony Evers also issuing a statement remembering Officer Curer today, saying he'll be thinking of the family and loved ones. An upcoming executive order will lower the U.S. and Wisconsin flags in Officer Curer's honor. More than 4,000 people a day are getting a COVID test in Dane County, but without a community testing site, it is taking some effort. Anna Hansen looks into your options.
When you need an answer fast, is it COVID or not.
We just have to try to make it as easy as possible.
UW Health's Dr. Jeff Pothoff says these days it comes down to scheduling.
It just takes a little bit more planning and coordination to get it done.
Public Health shut down the mass testing and vaccination site at the Alliant Energy Center in late June. That meant people had to look elsewhere for tests and often schedule them instead of just show up.
Tests are readily available, but I think what's different is they're not as easy to get as they were during the middle of the pandemic.
PHMDC data shows more people are getting tested than last week, averaging about 4,200 countywide per day.
I have a reservation, but my wife made it.
More than 300 people made appointments at Public Health's test site on Park Street today.
There are a wide variety of options available in Dane County to get a COVID-19 test. The bottom line is there are more testing options in Dane County than ever before.
PHMDC's Ken Van Horn says there's more tests available now than with the Alliance site. Still, about 1 in 4 appointments went unfilled in Dane County last week.
We really like this appointment-based model. It allows us to plan our staff time efficiently, and it allows the people who are being tested to plan their own time efficiently.
At-home kits are available for free through a state-run program, and Pothoff recommends stocking up on those. But he also warns they could produce a false negative.
It could very well tell you that you don't have the disease when you do.
And while wait times for PCR test results typically range between 24 and 72 hours, living closer to a processing site may mean quicker results, especially when so many tests are going out.
Even with that increased demand, we still have open slots.
In Madison, Anna Hansen, News 3 Now.
And Dr. Pothoff also urges you not to go to the emergency room just to get a COVID test. He says that's been an ongoing problem recently. We have information on the right places to go at channel3000.com. State health officials say our COVID surge hasn't peaked yet in Wisconsin. That's why they're urging people to get vaccinated to help slow the spread. There you see the numbers. And here in Dane County, we have dozens in the hospital because of COVID, including 31 in our ICUs. Doctors say the vaccine can keep symptoms mild and keep folks out of the hospital. Local doctors say now's the time to get your flu shot. With COVID cases spiking across the state, they worry we'll see a twindemic sometime this fall. Since the flu was basically non-existent last year, it's hard for them to predict what strains will be around and how they'll impact patients.
We've got a particularly vulnerable population to flu this year, and I think the concern is that we have a particularly severe disease year on top of COVID-19, and that's really a recipe for disaster.
Most health systems and pharmacies are already offering flu vaccines. UW patients can schedule on MyChart or call their primary care provider. And you can read about coronavirus in Wisconsin online, channel3000.com. You can also see the latest stories sent, have them sent directly to your phone through our News 3 Now Channel 3000 app. A pair of local nonprofits are stepping up to help get $20 million in rental assistance funding to those who need it the most. Talil Mohadeen found out what's different, ideally for the better, in DaneCorps 2.0. Talil?
It's actually an updated version of a county program that has already given out $13 million in rental assistance. But those doing the work say there's still a need there, and they hope to provide it faster.
Sharmika Brown joined Urban Triage because she likes the work the nonprofit does in Dane County.
We're out in the community and we are building those relationships with people that trust.
Urban Triage has helped with rental assistance programs before, but now the group is getting the chance to expand that help.
That is what urged us to step in to be able to provide rental assistance on a larger scale.
They'll now make up part of DaneCorps 2.0. The original version had the Tenant Resource Center solely managing rental assistance during the pandemic, paying overdue rent.
Having a number of partners focusing on the various aspects of how we can prevent eviction and help people maintain their housing helps share the work, helps make the program more accessible.
Now, the Community Action Coalition will help people in Madison. Urban Triage will support all others in Dane County, and the TRC will focus purely on people with eviction court dates.
The courts and on the legal representation side of the eviction prevention equation, because that's something that they and their partners are particularly skilled at.
It's millions of dollars of support that Brown feels Urban Triage is uniquely positioned to manage.
We know where people are coming from. We understand the need. We know what the confusion is about. We know how to address it because we're right here in the middle of it now.
DaneCorps 2.0 is also expanding the program's original services to include help with utilities, security deposits, and forward rent. Urban Triage will open its rental assistance call center to those to support these services October 4th.
Talil, thank you. At her first ever State of Education address, Wisconsin State Superintendent Dr. Jill Underly called on lawmakers to improve the way schools are funded and to invest more money in education. The state budget for the next 2 years does not include any increase in what schools get from the state. And Dr. Underly said relying on local referenda lets state leaders off the hook. And Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says more money for schools isn't a winning strategy and said leaders should look at how students are being taught and why they struggle with the basics. So the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox X are now available in some stores locally, and that had people lining up outside the Best Buy store on Madison's west side. And the leader of the pack here, well, he waited nearly 24 hours to be the first in line. Those consoles have been hard to get, even when sold online in the past year. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, the benefit of a good beat. A group of people are united in music, determined to help Afghan refugees staying in Wisconsin. Their story ahead after the break. Stay with us.
The Fall Semi-Annual Sale and Sweepstakes is on now at Ashley HOMESTORE. Shop brand new fall furniture styles at huge discounts, up to 60% off. Then get your scratch-off card in store for your chance at specials and bonus deals. You could even win the $5,000 grand prize. Only at Ashley HOMESTORE.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Fry Construction is celebrating 26 years of providing excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by your neighbors and voted Best of Madison 2 years in a row. Best kitchen and bath design, best roofer. Experience the Best of Madison for yourself and save 26% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
With Dad's arthritis, he needs extra help around the house, so I called a Grace. Yes, a Grace. With their agent home service, he can stay at home.
That's where I want to spend these months. With hospice care from a Grace, I can stay home with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
I had no idea laughter could be a part of my life again after Joe died. But through a Grace, I found hope and healing.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Huge mattress savings are happening now during the Fall Semi-Annual Sale and Sweepstakes at Ashley HOMESTORE. Save up to 65% off. Pay as little as $20 per month on top brands with 6 years no-interest financing, plus $300 in free furniture. Only at Ashley HOMESTORE.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Welcome back. Music is a powerful tool. It moves us, it comforts us, and connects us. It's that connection some musicians hope to tap into this weekend. Our photojournalist Brian Mesmer shares the relief provided through rhythm.
1, 2. Love is like dancing. Love is like dancing. Yeah.
We discovered that bringing what we do, which is, light and music, it's a shared experience that creates a singularity, and so that we're not divided. When we get together and create music, then everyone can go, oh, I'm having an experience together, and we find that is our best way of joining in a difficult time.
I got time for
refugees are here in Wisconsin. They've come with nothing. And so Team Rubicon has agreed to take all of our donations, and as well as churches, everybody's donating, and to get the Afghan refugees the clothing and everything that they need.
I personally am an immigrant, and I was welcomed into this country, as you can tell.
Love is like dancing.
And we came to Madison, and we were a vulnerable family. And Madison reached out and supported our family, and so I feel the need to give back.
Love is like dancing.
Bring out your kids and your picnic blanket, support a good cause.
And the benefit concert this Saturday in Orton Park. Organizers are collecting donations for Team Rubicon to help the refugees at Fort McCoy. They also set up a GoFundMe, and we've got a link at channel3000.com. With every turn of a page and word read, the legacy of a Madison teacher lives on, how she's touching lives and inspiring young students months after her passing. And a few leaves are starting to turn here in Madison. Another cool fall night for us. Your First One forecast is next.
At Star N Bank, we think having choices is important, so you can choose the products that are right for your life. What are you waiting for? Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
It's Steinhaffel's Buy More, Save More sale. The more you buy, the more you save. Start with 35% off store-wide. Then save up to an extra $300 on a qualifying purchase. And with Steinhaffel's special financing, you save even more. Steinhaffel's has the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses ready for your home. It's the Buy More, Save More sale. Only at Steinhaffel's and steinhaffels.com.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint. Right now at Menards, get 11% off everything, including Dutch Boy paint.
Today's the day to go farther with a partner that provides you innovative solutions for your own personal financial future. Explore the possibilities today at starnbank.com.
Well, some exciting news to share today. We have now reached the 800 mark in our Coats for Kids campaign, and we're on a mission to collect 6,000 kid-sized coats this season. To help us reach that goal, we are hosting a Pack the Truck event. It'll be parked outside the Clinky Cleaners location on Gammon Road. And our hope is to fill it up with kids' coats. We'll be out there all day. Stop by and say hi to members of our team. The family of a longtime Madison teacher is giving the gift of learning in her honor. Karen Christensen Ragetz taught English as a second language for years. She passed away in February. Today, her family and the Madison Reading Project surprised the kids at Lakeview Elementary. Each kindergarten student received multiple books to start their own libraries at home. Let's go to Gary now with your certified most accurate forecast.
A nice day today. Tomorrow, we could see a shower or thunderstorm about this time. And three things to know. You'll see that we do have a thunderstorm chance in the forecast late tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow evening. And then mild weather will return by Sunday and last through all of next week with high temperatures about 10 to almost 15 degrees above average. And we're also looking at dry weather. After the rain tomorrow, I don't have any rain in the forecast through next weekend. On Doppler track, there have been some showers. A big stubborn system off to our east has been spinning showers around. They get about to the western shore of Lake Michigan, and that's about as far inland as they can get because the air across our state is dry. So there have been some clouds near the Lake Michigan shoreline, but the rest of the state pretty much bathed in sunshine. And future track through early Saturday morning shows not much in the way of rain, about a tenth to maybe a quarter of an inch of rain. A couple places might get close to a half inch if you get a heavier thunderstorm. But over the next 10 days, No rain expected across most of the state of Wisconsin. That takes us through Monday, Tuesday. By the middle and latter parts of next week, a weather system could start to bring some showers and thunderstorms through Minnesota and western Iowa. But the very latest forecast models now try to bring in some thunderstorms toward the end of next weekend. Right now, that's still kind of iffy because all the computer models up to this point have been generally dry. And the drought monitor continues moderate drought conditions across much of southern Wisconsin from Madison southward. Abnormally dry conditions north of Madison, but parts of the Midwest also seeing severe to extreme drought conditions. Tropical Storm Sam now in the Atlantic Ocean. This was Tropical Depression 18 yesterday. Maximum sustained winds now 60 miles per hour, and it is forecast to strengthen pretty rapidly as it moves to the west-northwest. In fact, by Saturday afternoon, could be a Category 3 hurricane with sustained winds of 115 miles an hour and gusts to 140 miles per hour. And then toward day 5, which is the end of the National Hurricane Center forecast, it has it as a Category 3, moving to the northwest. Now, again, here are the eastern islands of the Caribbean. Right now, it looks like it'll bypass that to the north and east, but there's still some discrepancy in some of the computer models. Some of the models bring it in a more westerly path. That could also impact or at least threaten the United States farther on down the line. Right now, it looks like most of the impacts from Sam will be offshore. And you can see across much of the country, things pretty quiet outside of that area of low pressure, and there has been some heavy rains in parts of New England, but our part of the Midwest is dry and going to stay that way for a while. High temperature tomorrow, 75 degrees, more sunshine in the morning, some clouds in the afternoon, could see a shower or thunderstorm late afternoon into early evening. You can see this on Future Track. Much of the day will be dry. This is mid-afternoon. Then that little band of showers and thunderstorms sweeps on through by 10 o'clock, already off to the east of us, and then skies clear out overnight, setting up a nice weekend. Rainfall amounts, 1/4 to 1/2 inch in a few spots where there's a thunderstorm. Most areas less than 1/10 of an inch. And then, like I say, after that, the switch turns off. No rain in the forecast beginning on Saturday all the way through next weekend with high temperatures generally in the mid to upper 70s.
All right, Gary, thank you. A wild game today at AmFam Field. The Brewers trying to end the Cardinals' 11-game win streak. They built a 5-0 lead on a pair of Tyrone Taylor home runs, including this grand slam in the first. He had another one in the fourth. But the red-hot Redbirds come flying back to tie it in the 7th. This is the first of 2 Paul Goldschmidt homers. This one a 2-run shot that tied it earlier. The Cardinals run off 8 in a row to win 8-5, extending their win streak to a dozen. The Brewers, by the way, have now dropped 5 straight. We are just about ready to tee things up at Whistling Straits up near Kohler. The 43rd Ryder Cup is on after being postponed last year. Steve Stricker, of course, of Edgerton, captaining Team USA. Padraig Harrington for the European team. It's 2 days of foursome and 4-ball matches, and then single match play on Sunday. 7:05, the first tee time tomorrow morning. It'll start with Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth for the U.S. against John Rahm and Sergio Garcia for the European team. There are 12 golfers per team. We'll keep you posted all weekend. Just ahead, overcoming the obstacles of COVID while not forgetting about other deadly diseases. UW cancer doctors are providing patients with a sparkle of hope during the pandemic. That's next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stanton Optical is always here for you with our safe telehealth technology. You can just walk in for an eye exam whenever you need one. And your eye exam is free when you buy 2 pair of glasses for as low as $59.95. Find your nearest store at StantonOptical.com or call 1-800-STANTON.
Can you get this? I don't have my wallet.
Oh, really? It's funny how that always happens.
It's funny.
With BMO Harris, you don't need your wallet. You can get money from any BMO ATM using your phone.
Uh-oh, looks like someone can buy their own tacos.
You can also pay them back with Zelle.
So many ways for you to pay.
Awesome.
Order for BMO.
Ooh, tacos, banking. Some things are made to be mobile.
That feeling you get when your phone is your wallet. That's the BMO effect. And right now, open a new BMO Harris account online in just 5 minutes.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
No one has ever reinvented mattress shopping until now. The grand opening of Slumberland Sleep Solutions, where we've simplified, uncomplicated, and laid things out for you. Start with a quick rest match to pick your basic mattress type.
You love memory foam.
I really do.
Then shop the information and rating system on each bed. Did you know you can get great back support with a soft feel? It's true, and easy to find. Mattress shopping, reinvented, only at Slumberland Furniture.
To be voted one of the top news stations in the country is a huge honor.
To be called the best in the industry is a great accomplishment.
Thank you for making News 3 Now WISC-TV.
Your first choice for excellence.
6 months of AccuView Oasis contacts plus an eye exam. Only $125. Lowest price ever. Plus free trial lenses in store. Get the deal at Stanton Optical. Unbeatable prices without the drama.
Tomorrow on News 3 Now this morning, it's a huge day for our Coach for Kids drive. How you can help Josh pack the trunk.
And we have some chances for showers on Friday night that could impact your Friday Night Lights plans. We'll have details from 4:30 to 7.
COVID has created so many hurdles for our healthcare teams, but during the pandemic, the fight against other deadly diseases like cancer has to go on. Tonight, one woman's story of overcoming a diagnosis with the help of a dedicated team at the UW Carbone Cancer Center.
I went all through the years and kept doing all my appointments, etc., and no problems whatsoever.
Sydney McCullough was vigilant, doing all she could to make sure her fight with endometrial cancer 8 years earlier didn't return.
This past fall, I ended up with cough.
Holidays came and went. She eventually knew she had to go in, where she would soon face a grim diagnosis.
Needless to say, you could have blown me over with a feather. I couldn't believe what I was reading.
Just like that, Cindy was fighting for her life. Doctors found a large mass in her lung, other smaller tumors, and enlarged lymph nodes.
A horrible finding for me, and I had no idea that this cancer would metastasize into my lung. I thought I was free and clear.
Facing a difficult road ahead, Cindy turned to the OBGYN specialist at the UW's Carbone Cancer Center.
We think that, some of those cells actually are somehow dormant or, somewhere in the system that they aren't active, they aren't growing. It's one of the fates of cancer patients. For many years later, they can still be concerned about a recurrence.
As if the fight itself wasn't hard enough, COVID restrictions didn't make it any easier.
I couldn't take anybody with me. So I was going to these appointments by myself, scared half to death.
That's been super hard. In fact, I think that's one of the hardest things is when people couldn't bring people in.
Persevering with a determined healthcare team, recent scans have revealed reasons for optimism.
It showed that I was, my large tumor had shrunk from the size of the softball to, it's probably more like the size of a golf ball.
Yeah, it's really been a pretty dramatic drop.
Fast forward to now, this mom, wife, and grandmother still has plenty to do and people who need her here.
She's done great. She's just a real amazing person, and she's got a great family supporting her.
There's just lots to do. I wanna keep on going.
So please join us for our Sparkle of Hope virtual gala tomorrow to support women's cancer awareness and research with the UW Carbone Cancer Center. Join me live online at sparkleofhope.org. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back tonight at 10. Have a great evening.